close as possible to me. Hope that it stays very secure and very, secure. If it does not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the meditation. It's always nice to have it live, but the thing is to have it consistent. So I'm going to actually get started. I don't know if anybody's going to be on this one because I know the confusion. But we're going into the root chakra, our first energy center. And it is represented by the color red, spinning in a clockwise position like a blazing fan. It is where we feel secure. It is where most of our power lies in our foundation. It is our foundation that we are wanting to connect with today. So the question I will be asking you throughout every energy center is, what is your foundation? Today the focus is on foundation in our sacral chakra, in our solar plexus, in our heart chakra, in our throat chakra, in our third eye chakra, and in our crown chakra as well. So we're working on our foundation. Because our foundation is secure, then we're secure. And so the question we're going to ask this first energy center, this spinning wheel, this representation of redness, this red moon behind us and we in the center, is the first thing we're going to ask is, what is your foundation today? Almost like we used to do, how are you feeling today? But the question more is, what is your foundation systems today? Do you understand your power? Do you understand the bleeding of your womb? Do you understand the bleeding of your menstrual cycle? Do you understand what it is to stop bleeding and where the blood goes? Do you understand your own power? And if you do understand it, sit in it. And if you don't understand it, sit in what is your divine femininity. You are not like a man, you are a woman. And it is something to be worthy and praised about. You should not desire to be and want to be equal to a man. You are equal to yourself. You are equal to the moon, equal to the ocean, equal to the wash, equal to the food, equal to the healing. Your role in this universe is so significant. Is night and day equal? Of course it is. Is night and day the same? Of course it's not. You are not sameness, you are oneness. Oneness with what is your foundation. So I want you to sit in this energy center, sit real still, and ask the question to this energy center, your grounding energy center, what is my foundation? What is my foundation? You get to breathe. Your power is in your divine femininity. Your power is in your divine femininity. Today we are connecting to our divine femininity. We're going to move this divine feminine energy to the divine feminine place, which is our sacral chakra, which is represented by the color orange, a vortex of energy spinning like the blaze of a fan, the sparks of white light going in, through, and around it. It is a powerful, it is the one energy center that I truly believe, as it manifests in a woman's body, to be a divine feminine energy tool and source. And for many of us, the source has been depleted. When we have fibroid tumors and endometriosis, it is a depleted source. When we can't think creatively, figure out what our next step is, create enough money to have a good life, it is depleted. But depletion just means it needs to be rejuvenated. And so we're going to add more to it. We're going to fill it up like a gas tank. And usually what it's depleted of is our disconnection to our divine feminine self. We want to do as men do. We want to talk as men talk. We want to move as men move. We want to act as men act. We want to do what men do. And that will always lead you to a depletion in your divine feminine energy, and there will be no overflow. It will be dried up like a raisin in the sun. And so we must rejuvenate her. She needs to be wet from water and dried in the sun. Your womb should be dancing, singing. But she's on empty. So we must bring back our divine feminine selves. When we wear our big skirts, we are connecting to our divine feminine selves. Believe it or not, when we wear our head wraps, I see it here, it is a deep connection to your divine feminine self. You're preserving your knowledge, your wisdom, and your divine feminine energy. When we lay in the sun and do nothing and connect to the divine within us, we are connected to our divine feminine selves. Is your divine feminine self tortured? Is she crying? Is she sad? Is she non-existent? Well, she lives in your sacral chakra. So have a dialogue with her now. Ask her, is she feeling divine? Does she feel feminine? And if she's not, ask her what she needs in order for her to feel that way. Enjoy this meditation, ladies. Stay in it and enjoy it. We're going to move ourselves and Now we're going to move into our next energy center. This is our solar plexus. It is represented by the color yellow. And it's spinning in a clockwise position like the blades of a fan. It represents our will, our determination. It represents our good, high self-esteem, self-worth, and it's particularly self-confidence. It is represented by that bright yellow sun. And it's our ability to withstand the changes that occur in our lives. That is where the true strength, that is where the true will and determination lies. In our ability to withstand life changes in order for us to grow and change. Bless you, Ashe, ancestors. If we cannot change, we cannot grow. If we cannot grow, we are not alive. If we are not fully alive in our body, we are missing out on our purpose. Our purpose is to enjoy life in a divine feminine body with true understanding of who and what we are. And so we move into this energy center, represented by yellow like the sun. And we ask this energy center, how can we be more feminine? And not just feminine, but divine feminine. How can we connect to our divine femininity? Where have we lost it? Where have we lost confidence in her? Where have we thrown her to the side? And how can we resurrect her now? Enjoy this conversation. As we move ourselves up to our next energy center, it is our heart chakra. It is where our home is. It is represented by an emerald green color, spinning like the blaze of a fan, with sparks of white light in and through it. It is our truth. It is where we tell the truth to ourselves and allow our hearts to tell the truth to us. Sit in this truth and be willing to hear anything that the heart has to say at this time. What she said yesterday and last week doesn't matter. Today is a new day. You have grown in so many ways. You have grown, you have evolved. So now, for this current and present evolution, What does your heart have to say to you about love, relationships, joy, happiness, mission, and purpose? Speak to her now. Whew. Now we're going to move up to our throat energy center, our throat chakra. She is represented by the color blue, sky blue. And she is our channel and our center of self-expression. How is she expressing herself? What does she need to express herself? What evolution needs to take place inside of you in order for her to have more knowledge and wisdom to express? If we keep living the same lives, then most likely we're having the same conversations and we're talking about the same things, and it's only from a perspective of what we know. What don't we know that we could know in order to have a different conversation, thus having a different life and lifestyle? What does she need in order for you to start speaking, talking, and having new conversations? Ask her. to our next energy center, which is our third eye. She's represented by the color indigo. Again, she's asking the same questions, all foundational. You want her to warn you or to guide you or to be your intuition. You want her to see what your two eyes cannot. But she needs more input. She needs more information. She needs a larger scope. You are the same, so she is the same. When you become different, she will be different. Listen to her and let her tell you what she needs in order for you to have a different life, and in order for her to take you to different places. And now we're going to go into our final chakra, our seventh chakra, our crown chakra. Our energies, this energy center is represented by the color violet, which is very powerful. This is where our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding comes from. And she said all of us need some knowledge that's a little bit different than the stuff we've been knowing, learning, seeing, being. Ask this energy center, this crown chakra, what else does she need to learn in order to have the life? She says that in order to have the life that you want, you would have to learn some new things. And she's going to tell you what they are right now. Whew. Shut it. And now we're going to go into our last energy center, which is our aura, our auric energy center, which is represented by the color gold. It's a golden energy center. Surrounds our entire bodies. It's in the entire room, this gold energy. It's outside the balcony, it's further outside down your street in your entire neighborhood. It's this golden era surrounds the globe and even the universe. And it feels so good to be in it. So good to know you're protected by it. And it's asking you right now to give thanks for 3 different, and if you only have one, so I'm going to say 1 to 3, new things. Whether it's people, places, things that you have let into your house, into yourself, into your life over the last year. 1 to 3 new things. New is the operative word that you have allowed into your life over the last year. And really, I'm going to have to sit and ponder and think, well, okay, I guess I got some. She may challenge you on it being new. We're going to bring ourselves back into ourselves. We're going to start to wiggle our toes. Bring ourselves back into our bodies. We're going to rotate those ankles. Rotate those ankles. Rotate those ankles. Going to rotate those knees. Wake the body up. Wake the body up. Squeeze. Breathe. Squeeze and breathe. Bring ourselves back into our bodies. We made it. The brother gave me the whole Wi-Fi. The whole Wi-Fi. How good is that? All right. I need to show you some things. Hold on, please. I want to share something with y'all, and I know you will get it. It's my bed. And I know you will get it. So just hold on 1 second. It's very important stuff. Hey, look at me here. I'm so sleepy. I'm going back to bed because I ate French fries late at night. I had bread. I'm living a life. Ooh, now I'm sleepy. Okay. This message is very, very important. For those that could stay for it, I really would appreciate it. And I want to hear from you. What life would you like to have? What things would you like to experience that you've not ever experienced before, or you experience and you want that experience to be your whole life? And you want that to be more of your life. And once you realize that life and the experiences that you want to have in that life, then think about how that person would be. I mean, would that person be you? Or would that person have to be something or somebody else in order to really have their life? And I'm going to bring it home. The message I got was you have to understand, you live in Africa now. And yes, not just Ghana. You live in Africa. And if you don't understand what's going on politically and understand the political system in Africa, the places where you're going, you're not going to be able to fit in because you want to be able to have a conversation about what's going on around you. You say you want to be the king of Baltimore. I'm just saying, somebody say, I want to be the queen of Baltimore. But you don't even know the politics, the people, the demographics, the conversations. You say you want to be rich. Well, rich people have different conversations than poor people or regular people, middle class people. And maybe right now you couldn't even have those conversations because you don't have the knowledge of bringing you into the new life when it's actually you would have to change in order to have the new life. I'll give you an example. I remember I was coming up with Stephen. That's the brother. So the story is they always had this guest house. And when him and his sister were younger, their parents sent them abroad to Europe, to UK, thinking that they would get a better education, better life, it would be better for them. And so in a sense they did. They became well educated. But there were conversations that we were having. A lot of them was political conversations. And not just the Ghanaian political conversations, but conversations on a broad spectrum of Africa that I could not speak from a place of truth from because I didn't understand it. Spirit says, stop being with folks that are going to be in the same place, doing the same thing, and very happy to be there. When you say you want this other life, but you can't have a conversation around certain things because you don't have to practice. You don't have to understand it. So we were having some really fascinating conversations. Posed the question, I was still asking what was his opinion. At one point he said, you've been here long enough, what is your opinion? Wow, nobody ever asked me my opinion here. And I didn't even know I could have one. And it was so different in the opinion that, I don't know if I'm losing y'all, but I guess people got things to do. When I went to the dungeons, let me see. Are you still tuned in? Let me know if you are still tuned in. Yes, I think you are. Y'all bought this wonderful book. It says, Where There Is No Doctor. It's the Village Health Care Handbook for Africa. When I looked inside, you still tuned in, thank you. When I looked inside this, it says what the connection? It says, the connection's not good, and see, I'm not going off or anything. My connection is so steady, but on your side, it's not. So sorry to hear that, because I'm not getting cut off like I was before. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so sorry. So, I laugh at the universe, and I always say the universe will be like, so your meditation is here. It's interesting that no one else here worries about the Wi-Fi but me, because most people come on vacation to not work. How life. Okay, you can say, thank you, Beth, because I'm not getting cut off, so how life. So this is it. Okay, thank you. This is it, where there is no doctor. And the reason why I thought this book was absolutely fascinating is There's No Doctor has become the most widely used health education text in tropical and subtropical developing countries. The first English language edition for Africa included new material. So basically, the new revised for Africa includes information about some additional health problems, AIDS, complications from abortion, and drug addiction, among many others, and updated topics that cover the first edition. The Doctor is more than a book on first day. It covers a wide range of things that affect the health of the villager, from diarrhea to tuberculosis, from helpful and harmful home remedies to the cautious use of certain modern medicines. Special importance is placed on cleanliness, a healthy diet, and vaccinations. The book also covers the detailed birth child. This book is so freaking dope, and it's basically about in villages where there were no doctors, or still not, how they treat and heal themselves. I want to tell you something about how deep that this our medicine is in the continent, and how we have to learn more about it. I was again talking to Stephen, and he was saying that he believes he had COVID and other people had it. Maybe I did too that time when I wasn't feeling good, and I finally went and got the neem leaves, and maybe that was it. I mean, it was just like a kind of not great cold. I didn't feel like it was nothing extreme, but maybe for me, it wouldn't be extreme. And he was saying that he knows people that has come from UK and the States that didn't make it, had it and didn't make it even here. But he doesn't know too many Africans that didn't make it. And he said that the reason is because they know their home remedies. And he talked about the neem leaves again, and then the rest and sitting in the sun. So there's a whole new way. So many of us that are in Africa, and we still don't know any more about Africa than we did when we left. But yet we want this life. How would your rich self be? How would your vacation self be? How would your whatever that thing you say you want, start learning, educate yourself as that person, not as the person you are today. It's very, very important. So I want 5 books. I'll show you this more when we get back. I was say back to the States, but back to Accra. I got this Indigenous symbol book. And the reason why I love this book, first of all, it's just so beautifully. I love the cover, and I want to ask them the little book that I want to do, my inspirational spiritual book. I want it to be very similar to the size, and I want it to be very similar to this way, whatever this thing is, this way it feels. I love it. I love it. Love the graphics. Love the way that Indigenous symbols are put out. Easy to see. Very short. This is where I'm going to photocopy these and send these with your earrings for those that have it. So just love every single thing, and love the way that different books give the meanings in slightly different ways that might resonate with you more. Great one. Shackles in Darkness. This is a handbook of the transatlantic slave trade, but it's done easily. It's scholarly, but it's just readable and it's wonderful. I actually started on good ways in it. It's a very small book. It gives maps, really tells you where Africa is, where you are. I'm supposed to learn about Africa. The things I learned about the ethnic groups yesterday, the tribes, not the tribes, but the rituals, the festivals, the tremendous culture of Ghana. Not just I came here and made $1 million and I am a diaspora. No, the people of Ghana. It's fascinating. So I started this. I was reading this before going to bed. I turned off the television and said, oh my God. And so Spirit said, in order to move into where I'm going, to even as a boutique owner, to get the audience I want, I have to educate myself on certain things. And so this is a wonderful way to read this and then explain to Ghanaians our story. Beautiful book. This one right here is called Girls, Mobility, Rights, and Ashanti. Oh my God, when you read about the true rites of passage of the girl, just some things in here that caught me, that can help us understand ourselves even as African women and what it is to be one. And understanding, like, the women would have really understood better about what it is to be an African woman, and know that we don't want to be a fisherman. We don't want to catch no stinky fish, okay? I started yesterday. It's a very beautiful book. And then this one right here is very powerful. This one is called A History of Indigenous Slavery in Ghana. So it's the idea that this woman wrote, she's a scholar, one of the universities, not anymore, she's retired, but she wrote a book in response to the fact that people like to say, well, Africans sold their own people into slavery. And she gives a scholarly kind of, I guess, attempt to allow you to understand slavery here and how it wasn't what we thought it was, as far as even them selling. Very powerful scholarly book. This is one of my thick ones. From the 15th to the 19th century, slavery has existed in practically every society in the world, and at one time or another. And so she just goes into that, and she says the position of a slave in Ghana was that of servitude guarded by rights. There was a saying among the Khan of Ghana that a slave's life is in his own master's hand. And yet no slave owner had the right of life or death over the slave. So just the whole idea. So you know how we like to say, well, Africans owned slaves too, but it was different. Well, she's really exploring the difference. And there's beautiful books in here, the abolishment of indigenous slavery, very well done. So this is the life that you want, because it's not who you are right now. So I'm excited. I'm going to read a little before going to bed every night. I'm going to educate myself in many ways, and I'm also going to continue. I want to go to different regions. I want to learn about the people, some of the Ghanaians. So, like the idea of Ghanaians that I got from Accra is that way I felt is the way I feel, because Accra is different. But when you go other places, not everybody wants to live in Accra, not everybody wants to leave their village. And talk about travelers. Most Africans, especially I would say villagers, everything, they probably have traveled to more African countries than we have ever seen in our lives. And the things that they know is brilliant. So I just wanted to share with you anyway. I know it's meditation, but I want to help you. Meditation is supposed to help us to move forward, supposed to help us to grow, and supposed to help us to be something other than ourselves. And if we're not doing that, then what are we doing? Thank you for working with me. So tomorrow's my last day here, so it'll be our last shoddy as far as technology meditation. Then I'll be back into Accra. Hey, the Wi-Fi was working on the meditation. Let's give it what it is. And so I love you, ladies. Thank you so much. Yes, we are back. Grand Rising, D. Dean, Beverly, good morning. Hey, E.A. Thank you for being here. Okay, no notification, but I'm here. Okay, I'm catching up now. Yeah, I'm so glad. We thank him for giving the Wi-Fi. I know he gave me the whole Wi-Fi, y'all. Good morning, Miss Williams. Great. Thank you, my love. Give him our thanks. Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you for preserving. We are persevering. Yes, we appreciate you. Oh, you know it. Thank you, Raw. EA, Miss Williams, I'm so grateful for you all. Naturally Clever, I love you, sis. And y'all, don't forget, we have our class today for you all. What is that time? 8 a.m. Talk less, listen more. My mantra today. Yes, ma'am. Come on, connection. I know. Oh, yes. Here. I see and hear you. It's better now. Oh, wow. The book title is intriguing. Yes, absolute truth. By David Werner. Yes, where there is no doubt. Yes, you know it, Naturally Clever. Go ahead. I do not take any synthetic drugs, period. That's what I learned from my mother, uncle, who was a farmer, all the benefits of herbal medicine. That's right. And the body. Thankful. That's right. Truth to power. Sisters building her library. Yes, new books. Now, this is interesting, and Naturally Clever said that. Naturally Clever, you are so on it. I'm going to tell you why. Great finds. You did amazing, Sister Elizabeth. The kickstart to new levels, Earth off this trip. Yes, come on, Naturally. Naturally Clever saw it a long time ago. Yes, she did. Yes, Lisa was asking earlier on if you're going to do an annual fashion show. You have a beautiful collection. It's coming. Hi, beautiful, long time. Hey, Joyce. Yes, so Naturally Clever, I forgot. Now, did she say a long time ago to get a book show? You probably did, but I was in Elmina, in the castles. The bookstores are in the castle. And I was like, what is this? I mean, why am I buying these books? Like, y'all, it was other than me. Like, it was, okay, you take a card? Okay, one's a card, one boo, because I'm seeing this little bamboo structure. You're going to build it. It's going to have actually a door. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. But it occurred to me that I wanted a life that, not that I wasn't ready for, that I wasn't yet equipped to have. But I'm getting equipped now. All right, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. Coming. I'm going to let y'all go, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace and love.